Hey, it's Lucas, and today we are going to be trying Crystal Pop for the first time. So I couldn't find any information on this strain anywhere. Plenty of Crystal strains, plenty of Pop strains, but never any Crystal Pop strain. If you've been following the channel, you might have seen a video a couple of months ago called What the Heck is Crystal Puppy, in which I bought this Crystal Puppy strain. I tried it out, it was really nice, but I couldn't find any information on it anywhere. A lot of people were saying that it's probably just Stardog, and I'm inclined to believe that, but it tasted better and it looked better than just plain old Stardog, so whatever that was, it was really nice. I'm just thinking that because I only got an eighth of this, it's really small buds, I'm thinking that it's probably just the ends of the Crystal Puppy that is rebranded to try and make it seem like something else, but I don't know, like I said. So I'm going to dive straight into the looks here, and if you want to see what this bud looks like, click on the link in the pinned comment. That'll take you to a short where I'll show the bud. I'm not going to be showing it in this video because I don't want YouTube to age restrict it. Just trying something out here. So even though these are only tiny little popcorn nugs, they actually do look quite good. A mixture of light and dark greens in there give it a really nice contrast, plenty of orange hairs and a nice covering of trichomes on the outside. Honestly, if the nugs were bigger, I think they would look really good, so I'm just going to go ahead and give it a 7.5 right now. Moving on to the smell of the whole nugs, it is straight up gas and fuel. There is next to no sweetness in there, it's got the nose sting, it really does just smell like straight up petrol, diesel, any kind of fuel that you can think of, it's straight up gas. For me, it's not a smell that I love, I don't tend to lean towards the more petrol-y smelling strains, but it's pretty nice, like it's okay. I would give it probably a 6.5 to a 7. Maybe like a 6.75 for the smell. It's not terrible. So it's broken down to be midway between dense and fluffy. I only ground up 2 of those really small nugs and I've got quite a bit of bud in the grinder right now. Definitely way sweeter when it's ground down as well. Even though I said it's sweeter when it's ground down, I still wouldn't call it sweet. It's still petrol-y, diesel-y. It's got that horrible... I say horrible, I don't really mean horrible. Like it's the kind of diesel-y, petrol-y, nose-stinging smell that makes you wrinkle up your nose and go, like, but it's not disgusting in that way. It's kind of moreish in a weird, fuel-y way. It does smell better when it's ground down, but I'm still only going to give it... Did I give it a 6.75? I think I'll bump it up to a 7 for the ground up smell. Now moving on to the taste, I don't have enough of this for a joint, so unfortunately I'm not going to be able to roll it up, give the dry puff and then go through the flavour that way, but instead I'm going to be throwing it in the vape, starting out at 160. I think personally the vape, well, it's not just me thinking, it's a fact, the vape does give better flavour rather than smoking it, so I probably should be doing my first time trying through the vape rather than smoking it. But you know, I just like a joint. Unfortunately can't do that today, so we're starting off at 160 and gonna get the flavour. The first taste on that was straight fuel. Honestly, straight up petrol in my mouth. Not terrible, but I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest with you, but it wasn't straight up fuel. Weird. I don't think I've ever had a strain through the vape that has tasted like straight up fuel. But yeah, let's keep on going. So on the second hit at 160, this might be very specific to me, but it tastes like summer when it's rained, and when rain starts falling on really hot asphalt, and you're outside in the rain, and it smells like trees and just concrete and a little bit of dirt and rain. That's kind of what it tastes like, mixed with straight up gas. Now, that might not sound nice to some people. It's not my favourite flavour in the world, but it's definitely unique, I will say that. I don't want to sound right hippy-dippy or anything like that, but it genuinely tastes like the smell of summer rain mixed with diesel. I'm going to boost it up to 170 and see if the flavour changes at all. It's not terrible right now. It's really unique. I don't think I've tasted bud like this before. Also, from memory, I don't think it tastes like the Crystal Puppy that I had. Or maybe I'm just remembering wrong, but to me, I don't think it tastes like that. First hit at 175 has unlocked a little bit of sweetness, but it's not like candy sweetness or fruity sweetness. To me, it's kind of like, this might sound weird again, it's like a vegetal sweetness. Kind of like when you crunch into a carrot, it tastes sweet. Like, it doesn't taste like sweets, it still tastes like a carrot, like a vegetable, but it tastes sweet, and that's the kind of vibe that I'm getting from this. It's like, again, like I said, summer rain mixed with diesel and some kind of sweet vegetables. Now, I know that probably doesn't sound very appetizing for a lot of people, but it works. It's not terrible. It's weird though. Never tasted anything like this. I always feel weird when I describe strains as tasting savory, because that's not exactly what I mean. Obviously, you get the super sweet strains that taste straight up like fruit, but it's not savory in the... I don't really know what I'm trying to say here, but it doesn't taste savory. It still tastes sweet, but it's like a different kind of fuel-y, natural... I don't want to say wet leaves because that sounds disgusting, but it's like... Again, well, I guess that's kind of what summer rain is. It's wet leaves. But yeah, it's giving that. It's giving fuel, diesel, a hint of sweetness, and then summer rain from when you're like 8 years old or something. Very, very specific like that. It's not my favorite flavor in the world, but it's definitely not bad. And I'm starting to feel the effects. And they're not bad either, so I'm going to up this to 185, and we're going to see what happens then. At 185, the flavour is much the same. It's still keeping the rain on a hot summer's day taste to it. I really don't know how to describe that taste, but that is what it tastes like. Alongside the diesel, it's been pretty consistent all the way through. I know some of the strains that I've tried, you start them out really low, and the flavour comes through really well, and then as you keep going up the heat, it changes. This isn't really changing very much. It's staying pretty consistent all the way through. Rain on a summer day, mixed with gas, mixed with diesel, petrol, whatever you want to call it, and vegetables, like sweet vegetables. I will turn it up to 195, even though I usually skip 195 and go straight to 210. I will try 195 just to see if it's any different to the flavour. Slightly sweeter through the nose exhale than through the mouth exhale, but not much difference to the flavour. So I'm going to max this to 210 and then we'll go into the effects. At 210, it seems to have almost unlocked a slightly minty terp, slightly, ever so slightly mentholy. Just a little bit. I've only just noticed this after like maybe the second or third hit at 210. But that's tasting nice. There's definitely a slight hint of sweet mint at the end of the exhale at 210. It's really quite pleasant. Okay, jumping into the effects, I will definitely say I feel calm. I feel relaxed, maybe even a little bit sedated. My eyes feel heavy, like they're trying to close right now. This, for me, I think would definitely be a nighttime strain. I can feel the relaxing effects already. It's currently 25 past 11 in the morning. So I wouldn't, from this experience, I wouldn't call this a daytime strain for myself. I can already feel, should I say, my weight concentrated into my heels. Like, all of my body weight is in my heels. I feel heavier. My shoulders feel like they're slumped. Definitely like they're hanging down. My body feels good. My body feels almost warm. Like, I can feel like a warm feeling in my chest. My shoulders are heavy. My knees feel heavy. That's weird. A new experience. And all the weight, all the heaviness that I can feel in the different bits of my body is concentrated in my heels. I feel... I don't know if uplifted is the right word. I don't feel uplifted in the sense of rejuvenated or energized or anything like that, but I definitely feel calm, slightly happier. I think I can feel like almost like a fog or a weight settling just above my eyebrows. That's making it quite difficult to think, which is another reason why I don't think this would be a daytime stream for me. Yeah, it's very relaxing and I would say quite sedating. Just one capsule, so I don't measure my capsules. Anywhere between 0.1 to 0.2, somewhere in between that little gap, is the amount that I just vaped. I feel like I want another one, but I'm not going to have another one because I feel like if I did have another one, then I would definitely be feeling the sedating effects and I might even nod off, fall asleep, which is not good because I have to go to work soon. So yeah, in a small dose, relaxing and just completely chill. In a higher dose, like for example, if I were to smoke a joint of this or do a bong rip of this, it would probably knock me out. I think I would go as far to say that it would definitely give me the sedating qualities for a nighttime strain. So the rating for my first time trying Crystal Pop. Looks wise, even though they were only really tiny popcorn nugs, I reckon that the bigger nugs did look nice, so I'm going to give it a 7.5 because I didn't see any of the bigger nugs, so 7.5 I think is pretty fair for that. Smell, I think that smells way nicer than it did at the beginning of the video, which I wasn't expecting. I didn't really think much of it. Wait, I don't know, I just glitched in my brain then. I didn't think much of the smell when I first smelled it, but now it seems like it's unlocked a muskier, sort of deeper herbal pepperiness, I think is the right word that I was looking for before but couldn't find. Almost like a petrol-y, peppery muskiness to it, which is quite nice. I think I'm going to give that 7.75, but let me smell the ground up first. Now to me it doesn't smell as nice ground up, so maybe 7.25 for the smell. I think that's fair. Look 7, smell 7.25, taste it was okay. At some points it was pleasant, and at some points I wasn't really feeling it. Middle of the road, I reckon. Maybe. Yeah, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to give the flavour a 5. Not my favourite taste in the world, but definitely not bad by any means, so yeah, flavour gets a 5. Look 7, smell 7.25, flavour 5, effects, right now I feel pretty good. It's not the strongest thing in the world. If I smoked a little bit more, I reckon that it would feel really, really good, especially on a nighttime. So just for now, I'm gonna give the effects, well, I'm not feeling any anxiety, so that's good. I'm feeling relaxed, calm. It's okay. For now I'm gonna give the effects a 7 out of 10 because they're not amazing and they're not bad at all, so 7 is again fair. So for my first time trying Crystal Pop, I am going to give it a 7 out of 10. I think, honestly, take a hit every time I say I think that's fair, because I can't think of any other words to say right now. 7 out of 10. It wasn't incredible, and it definitely wasn't bad at all, so yeah, 7 out of 10. I'm feeling pretty chilled right now. If you like this video, leave a like, leave me a comment telling me if you tried Crystal Pop, if you know anything about it, or do you think that I just got given some Stardog? Because if I did get just given some Stardog, it's a pretty nice Stardog. Subscribe for more videos. Peace.